Chintu will again set up a simple experiment using locally available resources to demonstrate two new concepts, soluble and insoluble. The learners will have the opportunity of observing and trying out these experiments themselves so that they can gain a good understanding of the concepts and answer the questions related to the experiments at the end of the lesson.
So in this activity, we're going to look at a few things. I have here some sugar, okay? I have some salt. I have some millimil. Yeah? You see that? Okay. And I have some soil, some sand. Okay. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to try and find out if they are soluble or insoluble. Do we know what these two words mean? Do we know what soluble means? Do we know what the words soluble and insoluble mean? Well, let's find out. We're going to get some sugar, just a little, and we're going to put it in that cup. Did you pour some of the water in that cup? Okay. And let's give it a stir. You want to help me with that? Okay. Give it a stir. Don't spill it out. Just be careful as you're doing that. We saw it with our eyes. It was there. Did we see the sugar in the cup? Yes. Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Sheila. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. We'll stir and stir and stir. Okay. Now I'm going to pass the cup around. And I want each one of you to just have a look. Do we still see the sugar in here? No. Where has it gone?
It's mixed.
It's mixed with the water, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when something is able to mix with the water, you add any liquid, could be water, it could be anything, and it melts. You don't see it anymore. We call that thing to be soluble. Okay? Something that dissolves in water is called soluble. Okay? Yes. All right. We're going to try something else. This time I need someone to help me. Okay? You get a spoon, get some salt. Be careful. Okay? Well, it's too much, it's too much. Just put a bit in there, yes? Some more? Okay. Now, let's pour in some water. Did we see him put the salt in there?
Yes.
It was there?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what happens now. Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, do we see anything in there?
No.
Okay. Okay. What has happened?
It's mixed.
What's mixed?
Salt.
The salt and the water mix, huh? Yes. So the salt dissolved in the water. So what do we call the salt? What do we say the salt is? The salt is soluble. Just like the sugar, the salt is also soluble. Okay, so we've put some mini meal in this cup. What do you think is going to happen to this mini meal? Who can tell me what they think will happen when we add water to this mini meal?
The meal will still there.
The mini meal will still be there?
Yes.
Okay, can we see? Can we check to see that the mini meal will still be there?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll pour some water into this cup. And we're going to give it a good stir. Okay, just pass it around. So what has happened?
Still there.
The mini meal is still there?
Yes.
Where is it? Right at the bottom. And then the water is on top, eh? So the mini meal did not dissolve in this water, did it?
Yes.
What do we call that?
Insoluble.
Insoluble. So when something does not dissolve or mix with the water or with the liquid, it's insoluble. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So let's try it with the sand. Okay, let's pour in the water. Do we all see the sand in the cup?
Yes.
Okay. Let's give it a good stir. Okay. So can we all see that? Can we see that? What has happened? The sand is still there. Yes. Hasn't it dissolved? Look. Look closely. Look closely. Is it still there? Is it really there?
Yes.
I think it's dissolved. Okay, so we're saying the sand is still there, right?
Yes.
So what do we say? Is it soluble or insoluble?
Insoluble.
So the sand is insoluble.
Through their observation and participation in this experiment, the learners have been able to experience the difference between the meaning of the two concepts, soluble and insoluble. Chintu concludes this experiment by writing the two key concepts on the board so that the learners can become familiar with the English terms.